And we're back. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2021 World Series champions.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But that is definitely the baseball world is feeling right now after the Dodgers signed the top free agent pitcher, top probably player in this free agent class, Trevor Bauer, to a 3-year, $102 million contract. But he has an opt out in that third year, which he'll probably take. He did mention he wanted a short term high money contract. He was last year's Cy Young Award winner in the National League and just gets added to this Dodgers rotation that is basically full of essentially you've got three number one pitchers and then four guys who all could probably be the number two starter on every other team in the league and probably one of the deepest rotations um, because that's just the Dodger model is they are just so deep at every position. They're able to convince guys to take a lesser role because their team is just unbelievably successful every single year. I'll just walk you through the rotation. We've got Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, David Price, and Dustin May are kind of the five starters. And then you've got your sixth and seventh starter as Julio Urias and Tony Gonsolin. And Tony Gonsolin was like the rookie of the year last year, and Urias was the best closer for that. Like he just became their closer and shut everyone else out in that bubble run they had in the playoffs last year. So just a disgusting top seven starting pitchers. From a Blue Jays perspective, where we basically have one reliable starter right now, it's a little bit frustrating, but the Dodgers, they're willing to spend and they've done such a great job accumulating talent in all different manner of ways that of course they land the top guy and just yeah, if they're not back at least in the World Series, it's a wasted year for them because they're just so good and their pitching is just going to be lights out this season. So cool little story there and
The
uh
batting odd offense, the fielding, nothing to complain about either, I assume.
no, they're just a team that's done such a great job accumulating talent at every position. It truly it's hard to even compare them. It because it's a different sport and they've done such a great job. It's kind of like one of those soccer teams, right? Where it's just like in the Premier League or FC Barcelona, like they're just great at every position. It's like the Dodgers are like that. There's a couple other teams in that space with them in terms of spending and in terms of talent, but overall, like the Dodgers are like a Barcelona or a Manchester United, and then everyone else is just beneath them because they're just. It's one thing to be a team like the Yankees where you can just spend and it fixes a lot of your holes, but the Dodgers have managed to have a great farm system and spend. Like they have the best of both worlds, and it finally accumulated with the World Series win, but they had been in the playoffs now like for 10 straight years. They've been in the World Series quite a few times the last couple of years. They're just a machine that keeps rolling.
So if the Leafs were allowed to like go out and sign Hedstrom, I don't know, Markstrom, I mean in some Swedes,
Yes, but
Burns,
that
and I don't know.
but they had the best like they had one of the five best picks in each draft for the last
Well,
couple
that's
of
why I
years
chose the
too.
Leafs with
Yeah.
Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Riley.
Yeah. But like they'd have even more young talent and then they'd get all the best free agents.
How did they? You said they're in the playoffs the last 10 years, though.
Because the baseball draft has like 40 rounds.
Okay,
So you can just find good guys anywhere. Baseball's just very different. The development timeline, like a baseball player that gets drafted doesn't play in the majors for at least 3 years.
yeah,
Like it's just yeah. So they find guys with high potential really early on, and because their development system is so great, they can turn even those guys who maybe aren't 100% sure you know what they are, they can turn them into something great.
cool.
Yeah.